The next one, we proceed the same procedure for root 2. So again, we use equation number 1 for the magnitude of s squared, a squared plus b squared equal to 0.2205. And for root number 2, based on this equation, we have this value, this complex value, and then we equalize these two functions based on real and imaginary. So this is for real part and this is imaginary part. This is for equation 4 and 5 respectively. So the next one, we add equation 1 and 4. So these two we add, we have 2a squared. So we also add this value and this value. We have this one for 2a squared. Then we have a squared equal to this one, and we can determine a plus minus 0.108, the same one as we have in root number 1. And from equation 1, we can determine b squared since we know the value of a squared. So b is also same value as we have for root 1. And from equation number 5, 2ab equal to negative 0.0985, and then we need to determine the combination of a and b value. If a is positive, meaning that b is negative since this is negative value, and if a is negative, b is positive based on this equation. And then we can construct our polynomial factorization function as this one based on this value. So this is root 2. We have two poles for based on root 2. And again, based on this denominator of the fourth order polynomial function, this is our root. So this is based on root number 1 and this is based on root number 2. So we select the left hand side pole. Okay, this one. Okay, even this is positive, if we determine the pole of the system, we equalize this equation to 0. We take this value to the right side. This one become negative. The real part become negative. This one also, the real part become negative, meaning that this is the left hand side pole. So select these two left hand side poles, and then we determine the HA0, which is for even n equal to n is even value. So we use this formula and we determine the HA0. And the next one, we can determine the analog filter for Chebyshev based on this HA0 and the production with limitation and from 0 until 1, which is based on this formula. And we plug in our value of pole that we select, which is both of these are the left hand side pole with negative values of real part, and we plug in into this equation. Okay, so this is the first pole and this is the second pole, and we have this one as the analog filter for Chebyshev.